Hey, my name is Chris with Empire of Real Estate. I've been a real estate agent for over 5 years now. In this video, I'm going to share some of the hard truths that I've learned in this business. That way you can decide if it's a right business for you or maybe it's not. Stay tuned. So if you clicked on this video, it's likely because you want to become a real estate agent, or maybe you already are a real estate agent that's just out there struggling to find success, or maybe you're just trying to figure out if you made the right choice and if this career is actually for you or not. The truth is, this career is not a great fit for every single person. TV shows often glamorize million-dollar listings, and they make this job look really easy and really fun. So a lot of people get into this career and they don't realize what they're actually getting into, and I believe personally that's why the real estate failure rate is so high, because they have the wrong expectations going in and they really don't know what they're signing up for. So in this video, I'm going to uncover some of those hard truths, that way you can make the ultimate choice. So the reality of this business is you can make a lot of money, but it also is a grind. It takes a lot of hustle. It takes a lot of hard work. And at the end of the day, you're self-employed. You know, you do get on with a broker and you do usually sign on with a franchise, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for going out and getting your clients. You're responsible for setting goals. You're responsible for making things happen. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take accountability and you don't make things happen, you're not going to make any commission. And if you don't make any commission, you're going to be out of this business before you can even get started and make your first commission. And that's a shame, because there are a lot of talented people and a lot of talented agents that could have been rock stars, but because they had the wrong expectation coming in, they never got to see their full potential. And I don't want that to be you. So you must be a self-starter and you must hold yourself accountable, because at the end of the day, your broker will sign you on, but they're not going to hold your hand every single day. At the end of the day, you have to be responsible for yourself and making your business succeed. So let's talk about prospecting. So on the TV shows and on all these networks where you see real estate agents driving the big cars, pulling up with Range Rovers, Lamborghinis, it makes it seem so simple. And it makes it really glamorous to want to become an agent, because you just see all this flash and you see this exciting lifestyle of meeting clients and going out to, fancy lunches and looking at beautiful homes. But the reality is, being a real estate agent is actually much, much different. So as a real estate agent, to get those clients and to actually start, conducting business and producing commissions, you're going to have to prospect. Now, if you don't know what prospecting is, it's essentially calling strangers or leads or people that you don't even know, and you have to introduce yourself and make the sale. Now, in real estate, we're selling our own self. We're selling our services. And that's what you're going to have to learn how to do. Because when you first cold call somebody, I'll tell you a quick story. When I first cold called somebody, I didn't really know what to say. And I was stumbling and mumbling, and instantly the person realizes that you don't have the confidence. And when you don't have the confidence, people automatically assume you don't have the competence. And oftentimes, this is one of the biggest sales and biggest transactions that person is going to actually make in their entire life. So they want a competent and confident agent on the other side of the line. Now, don't be afraid, because if you're not that confident yet, it's likely because you're inexperienced. Well, if you're inexperienced, you have to start practicing scripts. You have to master your craft, and you have to get better at it, because at the end of the day, the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Real estate is a lot like a sport, and the people that practice the most get better at it, while the people that don't practice, they become incompetent. And you don't want to be an incompetent agent, because those agents don't make money and those agents don't last. So you must prospect. When you first get into this business, you have to identify, this is the money maker. This is the money making task. And if you have agents in your office telling you not to prospect, that's bad advice in my opinion. Now, some agents do business differently. I know agents personally that sell a lot of homes and they don't prospect in the traditional way. They're not calling expireds, they're not calling for sale by owners, they're not circle prospecting cold, homeowners. But they do prospect, and they prospect their friends and their family in their sphere of influence. So just because someone's saying that they don't prospect, look at actually what they're doing. And in most cases, they're having real estate conversations and going after their friends and family that are ultimately sending them that business that's making them successful. So either way, you have to prospect, and all prospecting is connecting with people and having real estate conversations on a daily basis. Now you have clients and you're actually going to go out there and put a deal together. Well, guess what? You have more troubles coming your way. So just because you took the time to practice and become confident, it doesn't mean that every single agent in the marketplace is doing that same thing. As a matter of fact, you're going to find agents that won't even pick up the phone to put a deal together. You can have a willing and able buyer that's ready to buy their house and put a deal together, and they won't get back to you for days. Now, that can be super frustrating because you took all that time to find that client. You took all that time to put this thing together, and then there's somebody else on the other side of the transaction that's not putting in the same effort. And that can be a huge challenge and a huge letdown. Now, there are many good agents out there. There are a ton of good agents out there. But you will run into agents that don't try, that don't put in the effort, and don't go the extra mile. And you're going to have to oftentimes step in their shoes, in a sense, to make deals close and make deals happen. So sometimes you have to push the needle forward and really make this happen because not everybody in this industry has the same motivation level as you do. Next, let's look at one of the most overlooked things in this industry. So becoming an agent is fairly easy. You take a test, you pass the test, you go apply for your license, you get your license, and then you sign up with a broker and start doing business. Well, guess what? Once you start doing business, there's going to be a lot of fees and a lot of things coming your way that you're going to have to continue to pay if you want to continue to be a real estate agent. So that's one of the most overlooked things that people don't take into account. And then beyond those standard fees like your E&O insurance, which covers you, it's like an insurance policy if you mess up or make a mistake that's ethical in your business. And then there's also other fees that you're going to have like MLS dues and realtor board dues and basic things like that. Now, beyond those basic expenses, there are also many other expenses that you're going to find. So if you want to buy leads to ramp up your business, some lead sources can cost up to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month. Now, I don't suggest you do that as a brand new agent because that is a really big expense. And when you're just getting your business started, that's not the best thing to do unless you have a ton of money to blow and a lot of risk. Because even if those leads are coming in, and even if those leads are good leads, you still need to practice and you still need to get good and you still need to get confident to be able to convert those leads at a high level. And if you're not converting the leads, you're burning money. And if you're burning money, you're going to go out of this business even faster. On top of just leads, you have other expenses. So with our team, we have a sign company that goes out and installs signs. We have custom signs with our team logo on it. We have business cards that I have to provide for the team. Now, if you're a solo real estate agent, you're going to have to eat a lot of those expenses by yourself. So these are all things to keep in mind and all things to budget for. Being a real estate agent can be really expensive. Now, with that being said, it can be very lucrative and you can make a lot of money doing this. But if you don't track your expenses and you don't track your profits coming in, you can end up in a lot of trouble really fast. Last, but certainly not least, don't focus on the negative. This business can be a roller coaster of extreme ups and extreme downs. And when you're in those downs, it can be really negative. Well, here's the thing. There's going to be times in your career when you doubt yourself, when you think, hey, I don't know if I can do this. The sales aren't coming in. I'm calling all the time. I'm prospecting. I'm doing everything in my power to make something happen, and it's just not happening. So I'll tell you a quick story recently that you might be able to relate to. Now, our market just shifted and we have a really, really hot seller's market at the time. And we have a ton of buyers. So, right now we have over 30 buyers in our pipeline. And all of our buyers are out there making offers, but a lot of the times they're getting outbid by people that have way more money to put down, that are doing, cash offers, or they're even doing conventional with a lot of money down, and they can oftentimes close a lot quicker than the clients that we're working with. So it's been a little frustrating where you're showing and showing and showing and nothing's actually sticking. So you might show a client 5 houses, and then you make an offer and it gets rejected. Then you do it again and again and again, and before you know it, you've been working with this client for 7 or 8 months, and then they're like, hey, look, I'm done, I'm checking out, I'm not going to look at more houses, this is a waste of time. And now you have all this time invested in a client that isn't going to even transact for another year or 2 years. So you can hit some really extreme lows, but you can also have some great highs. For example, this month our team closed over 9 deals. We did millions of dollars in gross sales volume. So you're going to have really hot months, really high months, but you have to balance that out. And you have to just stay positive when things are going wrong, and you just have to trust the process. And if you're making the calls every day, if you're doing the work, this will work and this will happen. Put the effort in, stick to it, be confident, be competent, and go out there and crush it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more real estate content to build your real estate empire, definitely subscribe and smash that like button. Thanks so much.